Ubisoft has an improved version of Skull and Bones that it hasn't shown anyone yet. According to a Kotaku report, the game has undergone multiple changes in direction and scope during development, exceeding its budget multiple times. Initially set in the Caribbean, it was moved to the fantastical Hyperborea, then finally the Indian Ocean. Gameplay was redesigned multiple times, focusing variously on naval exploration and ship-to-ship combat, before both were scrapped in favor of land-based survival elements inspired by games like Rust. Developers contacted by journalist Ethan Gach attributed these difficulties to conflicting ideas, management issues, and lack of consistent direction. The project reportedly cost Ubisoft more than $120 million. What made the question stand out was a comment at the end, which isn't the sort of thing often heard during resolutely polite financial calls. "I'm asking because I've seen the reviews and they don't look particularly strong." It's not clear what reviews the caller was referring to, because Skull and Bones obviously hasn't been reviewed yet. Some playtesters have reportedly not been impressed with what they've seen of the game, and while we're not among them, which is to say, we haven't had the opportunity to get our hands on it yet, neither the initial gameplay reveal opens a new tab in 2022 nor a January dev stream opens a new tab showing off new narrative gameplay knocked my socks off. We said in January, we've been very happy with the playtest that we've seen in early January, so we have a very strong improved version to show to players that they haven't seen yet, Gach said during the call. So this is really what we are going to leverage in the next month to drive more momentum on the game. Skull and Bones is a tactical action game set in an open-world environment and played from a third-person perspective. Players take control of a customizable pirate ship, and may choose to sail the Indian Ocean by themselves and set off on a single-player campaign, or gather up to 5 other players to ally in player-versus-player gameplay in disputed waters. Wind positioning can be assessed to gain an advantage in battle. Players may collect additional ships throughout the game, such as sloops of war, frigates and brigantines, whose weapons include mortars, broadside cannons, and rockets. Ships can be charged into with brute force and boarded. The rate of inflicted damage is gauged by the health bar. A core component is the multiplayer mode Loot Hunt, where 2 groups of players are challenged in treasure hunting to further accumulate their riches. Each given ship's crow's nest is scalable for use as a lookout point, and spyglasses can be availed of as well. Microtransactions will be included.